So national movement. So this is the 11th A chapter. Okay, actually we have to start this 10th chapter, but the syllabus was deleted. So removed from this. Okay, so national movement. The early phase 1885 to 1919. So actually in this 11th chapters, 11th A, 11th B, two chapters are there. In these two chapters, we are going to discuss about how the Indian national movement was started. So national movement is nothing but the freedom struggle, how the freedom struggle was started in India. So that will be seen in two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. So phase 1 is from the year 1885 to 1919. So in between this period, we are calling this as the phase 1. Okay. Next phase 2 is from 1919 to 1947. Phase 2 is from 1919 to 1947. Okay. So just we'll discuss first phase 1. Okay. So first actually Britishers came to India for trade purpose, you know that. So actually they came for India for the sake of spices. What is the meaning for spices? Spices is nothing but, so we can call this in Telugu ఆవాలు అంటగా, జీలకర్ర ఆవాలు ఎలగబుడ్డలు, వీటిని మనము స్పైసెస్ అంటాం, మసాలా. వీటి కోసం మాత్రం వాళ్ళు మన ఇండియాకి వచ్చినారు అన్నమాట ఫస్ట్. ఓకే, దే ఆర్ కాల్డ్ as spices. So for the sake of spices they came to India, but later slowly they come to know the power of Indians. They are very weak when compared to the Western countries, that is England, France, and other European countries. So finally, British thought that to occupy India. So slowly, they have started occupying of our country from Bengal region, that is in the west side, the east side. Okay, in those days, so Mughals were the rulers of India. So Mughals were slowly, one by one, so the local kings are defeated in the hands of Britishers, and finally British has occupied our country. Okay, and finally later the total India was converted into the British Indian. It is called as just British India. Now we are calling it as just India, but in those days it is called just British India. Okay, so from there onwards, so all the people want to get independence from these Britishers. Why? Means because so Britishers has collecting more taxes, so more taxes from Indians. Okay, so sometimes the crops will be failed. So at the time also the Britishers are forcing the Indians to collect more taxes. So they are collecting more taxes. So this was not liked by peasants, not only peasants. So every people has suffered under British rule. So peasants have suffered, army peoples also suffered. Okay, so you can see this revolt of 1857. So revolt of 1857, we can see that the suffering of army soldiers. It's also called as the first war of independence. You know that. Later we'll come to know even this also. So next after that, even the workers. So workers have suffered. Even the government officials have suffered. So almost each and every person has suffered under British rule. Now everybody want to get independence from the British rule. But in those days, there is no education for Indians. Only just a small quantity of peoples are studying. Only just a few peoples are studying. Those who are having more money, the rich peoples, so they are getting education. But that too, in our country, they are not getting education. They are getting education from abroad, that is from other countries. So just in those days, now we are calling this as SSC or 10th class. But in those days, it is called as just a matriculation. Okay, so the matriculation schools are present only in Delhi and Kolkata and Mumbai. Okay, just to 3 places. But later slowly, after completion of this matriculation in India, 10th class, so if you want to read for degree, then you must go for abroad, that is London. Okay, either Paris or London. So they will go for London city for studying of this degree. But in those days, they are calling degree as a barrister exam. Okay, barrister. It is called just a barrister. So In this way, they are getting the education. But this is a very, uh, very that means complex process for getting of this education. So very few peoples are educated. Okay, very less number of peoples are educated. So that's why the peoples doesn't have any idea that how to fight with the British rule, how to get independence from the British rule, like that. But of course, there are some educated persons are there. Just only few educated persons are there. So those peoples, among those peoples, so some peoples has started a movement in our country. So how this idea was movement, the idea of movement was started means. So here, uh, so just if you see here, there are three persons are there. Okay, so just to move forward. Yes. So if you see here downside, so there are three persons are there. So his name is just Surendranath Banerjee. Next, G.K. Gokul. So Gopal Krishna Gokhale. Next, Dadabhai Nauroji. So Dadabhai Nauroji, he is called as the Grand Old Man of India. So he is the first person to start this movement in India. Okay. So these peoples, they have got educated from London. They have got barrister from the London city. Now they come to know that how these British peoples are exploiting our country. So that was understood by these educated people. So now they want to get independence from the British rule for India. So for this, so Dadabhai Nauroji, first he started a political party, but not in the India. So first meeting was held in London city. Okay, that is in the abroad. So in the London city, so Dadabhai Nauroji called for an association for national movement in India. So Association for National Movement in India. That means the people who are educating in the London city, they must gather at this place so that they can discuss how to start the struggle or national movement in India, like that. So Dadabhai Nauroji, so however to some extent, so some of the peoples, some of the delegates are attended. Okay. Then after that, they have discussed that how the problems are facing by Indians. So how we have to start the freedom struggle. So everything was discussed in the meeting. But later, next, so Dadabhai Nauroji and these three persons, so they came to India after leaving London. Next, when came to India, once again, they started first meeting in the year 1885. In which place means in the Bombay province. In the Bombay, that is Surat. Surat is the place near to the Bombay. Okay, in those days, now it is called as Mumbai, but now in those days it is called as just Bombay. So Bombay province was there. In that Surat was there. So in the Surat, the first meeting was held. Okay. Now we'll see this. What are the things that happened in the first meeting? So this is called as the first meeting in India, and in the year 1885. Okay. So this year is called as the formation of Indian Congress. So that is called as the INC, Indian National Congress. So Indian National Congress was formed in the year 1885, and who is the founder means Dadabhai Nauroji. And for him, the other supporters are so Gopal Krishna Gokhale, next Surendranath Banerjee. So Surendranath Banerjee, he also wrote many books to get awareness in the Indians. Okay, not only these three persons, some of the other peoples also is there who are educated from the abroad and they came to India. Okay, now here in the year 1885, in this first meeting, how many delegates are attended means, so 72 delegates are attended. So if you see here, so it is called as just INC, Indian National Congress at Bombay in the December 1885. So it was presided over by W.C. Banerjee and attended by 72 delegates from different parts of India. The leaders, that is called as Dadabhai Nauroji. Okay, and not only this one. So we can see here some of the W.C. Banerjee, Surendranath Banerjee, Ramesh Chandra Dutt, Subramaniam Iyer. Okay, so not only this one. So here these other delegates also is there. Even if you see this largely from Bombay, Madras, Calcutta, Evo Hume was there, a retired British official who played an important role in the establishing of Congress. So here there are some foreign peoples also is there. So totally in the first Congress meeting, so it is called as just INC, formation of INC, Indian National Congress in the year 1885. And in this one, it was presided means the president. So president is, of course, the Surendranath Banerjee, and Dadabhai Nauroji was called as, he is the leader for all people. He is leading the group. Okay. So after this, not only these three persons, so there are from 72 delegates are there. 72 delegates means, what is the meaning for delegates? Delegates is nothing but just important people, well-known persons, okay, educated persons from three provinces. In those days, we can see nearly 7 provinces are there. Okay, so Bombay province, now it is called as Mumbai. Next, Kolkata. In those days, it is called as Calcutta. Now it is called as next Madras province, the South India. Madras, now it is called as Chennai. Okay, so from around these three provinces, so different peoples has attended for this meeting, the educated persons. So apart from this, Subramaniam Iyer is there. So Subramaniam Iyer, he belongs to the Kerala. Okay, next we can see Chandradutt, Ramesh Chandradutt. So different peoples are there. So in this Congress, first what they discussed, so we can